I suddenly realized that my pet snake had somehow slithered into someone else's room. I rushed inside to look for it, but before I could find the snake, the two girls who lived there came back. Afraid they would get the wrong idea, I quickly crawled under the bed and hid. Luckily, they left again a few minutes later, but just as I was about to crawl out, a burglar suddenly broke into the room. I was so terrified that I didn't dare make a sound. Even worse, the two girls came back again. The burglar panicked too, and immediately crawled under the bed to hide. At that moment, our eyes met under the bed, and the atmosphere instantly became awkward. I wanted to expose him right then and there, but he whispered that if I made a sound, everyone would think I was his accomplice. I thought it over and realized he was right, so I decided that I would call the police after getting out safely. To my surprise, the two girls sat down and started chatting. The burglar and I had no choice but to stay hidden under the bed. The most unbelievable part was that they talked continuously for 6 straight hours. We were curled up under the bed, so exhausted that we could barely keep our eyes open. While they were still full of energy, eventually they started talking about relationships and love. Listening to their conversation made both the burglar and me feel extremely embarrassed. Several times, we almost felt like answering their questions ourselves. To pass the time, we made a bet that whoever guessed wrong would let the other flick them on the forehead. When the correct answer was finally revealed, I had guessed it right. Even though he clearly didn't want to, he still leaned his forehead toward me. But instead of flicking him hard, I simply touched his forehead gently with my finger. That tiny gesture quietly changed something between us. By the time dawn was approaching, our whole bodies were aching, and our stomachs were growling with hunger. Then I noticed the two girls eating snacks, which made me even hungrier. At that moment, the burglar reached into his pocket, pulled out a chocolate bar, broke it in half without hesitation, and gave one half to me. I was deeply touched, but I still told him seriously that as soon as we got out, I was going to report him to the police. Even so, somehow we started feeling closer to each other. Not long afterward, I desperately needed to pee. It felt like my bladder was about to burst.